Okay, this is cell phone footage, but I got the LED sequential turn signal lights for the side view mirrors, and I'm gonna on and off cut the camera and show you how to take this outside cover off. I know there's a YouTube video that shows you that you should take off the front mirror first, but I fear breaking the glass, so I'm not gonna do that. I already did the passenger side, so I know this works well. And if you order the sequential lights off eBay, it comes with this little tool. It comes off with that little body panel remover, and it works perfect for this. So I'll show you how to use it, where to use it, and what to do. First, you'll want to insert the small end of the body panel remover right there, literally at the lowest part of the existing turn signal. And then all you want to do is just run it down the side here. So I don't have an extra cameraman, but once you go in here, you'll kind of want to pull out a little bit, and you might want to use about this much of the actual panel removal tool and just slide all the way down. Once you go in here, you'll want to pry. You'll hear one click, and then once you run it down, you'll hear another second click, and then down here you'll hear about at the very end you'll hear a third click. So after that, you're safe to take out the tool and then just kind of squeeze on this and pull back, but be very careful, because I had on the passenger side, I had the panel actually pop off completely. Luckily I'm parked right next to the grass, so I landed in the grass, but this one I'm parked over concrete, so you might want to be careful and get a real good hold of it, and then I'll show you what to do after that. So after you hear the 3 snaps of removing, oh god, I can't believe I'm doing this. After you hear the first 3 snaps of removing what I believe would be this one, and this clip, what you want to do, oh I'm so sorry, is you want to hold on here, back here, and over here with your right hand on the driver's side, opposite with the passenger side, and just pull backwards. That's all you can do. If the only reason you shouldn't use the body panel removal tool around the inside to around the top is because there's a little fabricated kind of plastic gutter slash seal, and I already broke that. I separated that from the first time I removed it, not knowing any better, but I figured that out, and I will be sealing that with a soldering additive that you can that not many of you will have, but that you can use, so that the water doesn't leak in and through and corrode some of these electrical connections and stuff. But then I'll show you what's next. What's next is you'll want to remove 1, 2, 3 screws, and that'll release your motor for the mirror adjustment, and that'll actually release the motor and the glass, and you don't really have to fear it falling out, because the cable that'll kind of dangle off of is this one for the heated mirror, so you can just let it hang, and then I'll show you what to do next. So after you removed these 3 screws, like I said, the mirror will come out completely with the motor assembly, and you can come around, and in here it's fairly obvious. There's 2 tabs that hold on this light, and those 2 tabs, the top one you'll want to push up on, and the bottom one you want to pull down on, and then it will literally just kind of fall out. And I wish I had a cameraman, but I don't, so I'll do that, and then I'll show you what to do next. So here's the eBay part. I know that chrome looks tacky, but whatever. But anyway, LEDs will only work with appropriate polarity. So obviously there's your power and your ground. Well, I don't know how much you guys know, but usually your power is whatever's closest to red, which in this case would be pink, and your ground is white, which is completely opposite of black, which is what normally would be the color for ground. But you separate this by pressing on this tab. It'll unhook this little guy, pull out, and then hook in your new one. I'm not gonna do it one-handed, but I'll put it in and then I'll show you what happens. So if you notice here, there's two black plastic fins, one upper and one lower. The turn signal has a clear plastic ridge, and that should technically go in between the upper and the lower fins of that, and that should click in properly. Now, it's not the most perfect fit, but it'll work. And then you'll want to run your wiring through here, and then again you'll want to go pink to red, and then before you put the cover back on, you'll want to test it, make sure it works. It works, and then just seal it back in. Once you put the cover back on, you'll want to make sure that you seat this like I said, this gutter in properly before you actually click anything in. Otherwise you won't get a good weather seal, so you want to do that. I'm gonna go ahead and use that soldering additive right there. That'll make sure it's sealed up properly and it won't leak water in. So I don't know if you've ever seen heated mirrors before with like a brownish rusty stain behind the glass, but it's usually because water gets in here and then it crawls in behind there, and then with the heat it just turns into a rusty, nasty color. So you want to make sure that if you broke this little ridge like I did before you knew what the hell you were doing, you want to seal that up. So I'm gonna do that and then reinstall the cover and drive happy. So also make sure, like I said, run your wiring through here and tuck that little guy just deep in there like that, and you won't have any problems. But make sure you reinstall your 3 screws for the power mirror adjustment. So hope that helped. If you have any questions, leave a comment. And just as a side note, make sure you don't pinch the cable between here and the actual mirror motor. I almost did that, but I caught it and didn't do it. So again, tuck in your wiring or your actual connector and you should be good. Seat this gutter seam first all the way around, and then you should just be able to press it on in and you should be good to go.